Which candidate that's running for the United States Senate? Kay Hagan, Landrieu, Mark Pryor, Begich. Tell me which one of these candidates that's running in one of these big Senate races is going to run on Obamacare. Who?
Any of our candidates will run on the fact that a young adult can stay on their parents' insurance until they're 26 years old.
And Republicans have supported that.
Reince,
insurance companies already said they're going to provide it.
I've had moms come up to me in the supermarket and say, Debbie, thank you for supporting the Affordable Care Act, because now I can put my 2 young adult daughters back on my insurance.
Good. And insurance companies have already said that they're going to provide it. But you still haven't answered the question. Who's going to run on Obamacare?
If left up to you and your party, we would shut the government down, all in the name of denying people health care. You have no proposal to replace it. You have,
well, first of all, that's not true.
Yes,
but you still haven't answered the question. I mean, the question that's on the table right now is which person that's running as a Democrat in these targeted states.
All of our candidates, Reince.
So Mary Landrieu's going to run on it?
All of our candidates are able to run on the provisions of Obamacare.
But you won't say
it. I just said it. All of our candidates.
So they're going to run on Obamacare.
Will be able to use Obamacare as an advantage.
Excellent.
Because, you know what, when a woman comes up to me who's dealing with breast cancer, and she's told me that under the old system, before the Affordable Care Act, she had to choose between the radiation or the chemo because she couldn't afford the copay or the deductible on both. You're darn right.
Have you seen the polling in Montana, in Alaska, in South Dakota, in Arkansas on Obamacare?
I
mean, it's unbelievable.
Mr. Chairman, have you seen the polling?
And that's fine. I'm happy that you're going to run on Obamacare.
Repealing the Affordable Care Act, and have you seen the polling in support of all of the provisions that the chairwoman just went through? And you said that you have a plan. I'd like to hear exactly what your plan is that Republicans are running on, other than repeal.
Let's hit on these points. I mean, you're trying to make this argument into it's Obamacare or nothing. First of all, insurance companies have already stated that 26-year-olds can stay on their parents' insurance. Republicans have already been in favor of pre-existing conditions.
Well, okay, let's stop there. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about pre-existing
conditions. Wait, I'm going to answer your question.
But you need to tell the American people exactly right now how you're going to cover people with pre-existing conditions, because there's no possible way that you can.
Mitt Romney ran on this. Mitt Romney ran on this. Republicans have run on it.
What Mitt Romney ran on, and there is a huge loophole in there.
First of all,
banned from coverage now or can't afford it.
This country has never
Republicans
tried
don't
once.
take care of that.
We have, when the Affordable Care Act was passed, not a single Republican was asked to be at the table. The Republicans weren't asked to, and not a single Republican.
That is simply not true.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Because it's not true. I served in Congress. I still serve in Congress, and we tried repeatedly, over and over, to get Republicans to come to the table. You tried so hard that not a single Republican voted for the Obamacare.
Number one. Let's talk about where this is all headed. So we had a big fight over a government shutdown because Republicans wanted to defund Obamacare. You supported that. We're about to head into that same territory in January and February when we're talking about a budget deal. Are you going to support a shutdown again over Obamacare?
I doubt it. But I doubt that the leadership is going to propose it. I think that the leadership isn't going to propose it either. But I don't think the leadership is willing to go there on the shutdown. But the fact of the matter is that
we were about to default. On the Saturday before we were about to default, you encouraged House Republicans to stay the course and not reopen the government, and brought us to the brink of default. You lead a party that was willing to shut the government down
and you're
in the name of denying people health care.
Increased one debt ceiling after the other and hasn't addressed spending one single bit in your career.
The deficit has been cut in half since President Obama took office.
You still haven't answered the question. Who's running on Obamacare? We don't know who's running on Obamacare.
She did answer.
I did answer.
Oh, everybody. So all the target
candidates
running on Obamacare.
will be able to run on Obamacare. That's right.
Let me, we'll get back to